Let's take a look at the letter J design. Before we start stitching, let's go over which stitches are used. For example, this area can be stitched with the bullion stitch. The grid sections below can be woven with the basket weave stitch, creating a horizontal and vertical woven texture. The section below that can be stitched with the chain stitch. So the design is divided into 3 parts. Let's start with the bullion stitch section. Using color number 6 floss, 6 strands. You can see 5 grid sections are drawn here. That means we'll stitch 5 bullion stitches across these 5 sections. Let's start with the first one. Bring the needle up at the center of the grid. If you're not sure where the vertical line is, you can use the needle to mark it. This makes it much clearer. Take the needle down at the intersection of the lines, then come back up, right next to where you first came up. Don't pull the needle all the way through. Only push about 2/3 of the needle out. Then take the thread and wrap it around the needle. Just wrap it around once like this. As you wrap, push the coils down the needle. Pack them tightly together. This prevents gaps from forming. I've wrapped 7 times here. Hold the wrapped coils with your fingers. Slowly pull the thread upward. The pulling process must be slow and steady. If you pull too fast, the coils may shift or tangle. That will ruin the bullion stitch. Use the needle to gently adjust it. Then take the needle down at the original entry point. The first bullion stitch is complete. Let me demonstrate once more. Bring the needle up at the center of the second grid. Take it down at the center point of the second grid. Push 2/3 of the needle out at this position. Take the thread and wrap it around the needle. Since I wrapped 7 times for the first one, the remaining ones should also be wrapped 7 times. This keeps the design looking uniform. Hold the wrapped coils with your fingers. Then pull the thread upward. Then, following its direction, gently adjust the coils. Take the needle down. Following these steps, complete the rest of the section. Take the needle down. The first section of bullion stitches is complete. Now let's look at the second section. This section uses the basket weave stitch. You can see there are 4 columns here. So we'll stitch 4 columns. Let me demonstrate. 2 colors will be used here. Starting with color number 9 floss, 6 strands. Bring the needle up at the top of the first grid. Take it down directly below the line. Bring the needle back up to the top. Come up right next to the previous stitch. Don't space them too far apart. Try to keep each stitch within the same row. Don't let one stitch land in this row and another in the 3rd row. That will make the weaving difficult later. Take it down directly below. The first row of 2 vertical lines is complete. Bring the needle back up to the top of the second row. Take it down directly below. Following these steps, stitch the remaining 2 rows of vertical lines. Don't pull the thread too tight. Keep the tension balanced. If you pull too tight, the stitches will look stiff and puckered. The finished result won't look good. Take the needle down. The vertical lines are complete. Now switch to another color for the horizontal lines. Using color number 4, floss, 6 strands. Count the rows a row. There are 6 rows in total, so we'll weave 6 horizontal lines. Let me demonstrate. Bring the needle up on this side. You can group the vertical lines into pairs. For example, these 2 form one group, and these 2 form another. So there are 4 groups in total. Pass the needle over the top of the first group, then under the second group, over the third group, and under the fourth group. This creates the over-under weaving pattern. Then pull the thread. This forms the woven texture. Take the needle down on the left. Since two vertical lines form one group here, the horizontal line above should also be two per group. The first line passes over the first vertical group. This one should match and form the same group. Take the needle down on the left. The first horizontal group is complete. Now let's stitch the second group. Bring the needle up at this position. Look at the row above. The first one passed over. We want to create an alternating pattern. So the second one should go from below, weaving in the opposite direction. This creates a strong woven texture. Use the needle to adjust it slightly. Take the needle down on the left. Come back up on the left. Same as the previous line. Weave it through. Take the needle down on the left. The second horizontal group is complete. Following these steps, complete the remaining lines. If weaving feels a bit difficult, you can use your finger to gently press and guide. This makes threading much easier. If you accidentally weave through the wrong section, that's okay. Just reverse the needle and redo it. Then reweave from the correct position. Take the needle down. The basket weave stitch is complete. Let's look at the result. Now let's look at the third section. As mentioned at the beginning, this can be stitched with the chain stitch. Let me demonstrate. Using color number 6 floss, 6 strands. There are 4 lines here. Let's start with the first one. Right next to the basket weave stitch section, bring the needle up along the first line. Take it down right next to where you came up. Don't pull the thread tight. Leave a small loop on the fabric. Bring the needle up about 1 stitch ahead. Make sure the needle passes through the loop. Come up through the center, not from outside the loop. This locks the chain link. Let me demonstrate once more. Take the needle down at the same entry point. Leave a small loop on the fabric. Bring the needle up about 1 stitch ahead. This forms a chain link. Take the needle down again. You can hold the loop down with your finger to keep it from slipping. Take the needle down right along the edge. The first row of chain stitch is complete. Now let's stitch the second row. Bring the needle up at the top of the second row. Take it back down in the same spot. Bring the needle up 1 stitch ahead. Keep the chain links consistent in size. Don't let them vary in size. The finished result won't look as nice. Take the needle down for the last stitch. The second row is complete. Following this method, stitch the remaining rows 3 and 4. Take the needle down. Let's look at the overall finished result.